Saudis almost have a split dual personality. On one side, you have all the drama or the theater. Let's not call it drama. I'm not saying this in a negative way. It's good to be cultural, to have all these outfits, to appear traditional, to follow very strict laws, dedication to God. And all that is pretty cool on one side, and there's absolutely no criticism for all that extra, ultra conservative behavior. But on the other side, they have this second type of personality, which is modern. Even women, when they're in the West, modern, they're very attractive and they're traveling. But inside the country, of course, you have to put up with all the expectations. That's the reason, because of this Western side of their personality, this is dominant when they're traveling outside. And typically most of the Saudis have, or the wealthy ones really had, at least a couple of Western passports. The craze or the fascination by birth has been to at least obtain the American passport or the British passport. But now the times have significantly changed, and the value proposition for these type of citizenships, especially Canada, US, UK, has diminished. This has become a two-edged sword, and this is affecting their daily life, right? They're trying to get rid of these citizenships. I know a lot of Saudi people who have relinquished or renounced their US citizenship. They don't want to deal with the hassle anymore. It's not as valuable as it was in the earlier times. And that is where there's a void. I'm getting a lot of interest from these Saudis who are looking for countries that are willing to give the passport or the nationality, but there's no baggage or stigma or issues associated with that nationality. Now, there are one or two countries that literally control their citizens. For example, during the pandemic, when the Australians were trying to enter, there were jail sentences awarded to people. So that's one extremity where citizens were not even allowed to enter the country. On the other side, then you have certain countries that have citizenship-based taxation and stuff like that. So there's a lot of control associated with holding the passport. Before, it really didn't matter and people didn't think much, but today, as the world gets more complicated, as there's more demand for the money, people are realizing there's no use of going for these traditionally in-demand nationalities. In today's times, the demand is to have a under the radar option, not those paid passport options, right? Those are busted. Look, and those can be revoked or canceled at any time, at least a lot of them. So those have lost its value. It's a waste of money, in my opinion, except under some limited, desperate circumstances. It's not for plan B, in my opinion. Now, if the intent is to get an immediate citizenship, a fast citizenship, then something like a Dominican Republic or a Peru or an Argentina makes a lot of sense, because in a couple of years, then you can apply and then you can move on with your life. But for all practical purposes, if you're looking for a strong passport, if you're looking for something that you can actually use under a lot of circumstances, then I think the two that really shine are the best. The first one is a South African permanent residency. Having a dateless permanent residency, and this can be purchased outright, right? It's just a very small donation that you give. You get this permanent residency, and this is a lifetime option with no dates on it. So this has a lot of value. The citizenship is possible after 5 years. There's tremendous flexibility that you have to gain this kind of citizenship. The second real hot one is obviously, the answer, it is Mexico, because it's going to give you that solid passport, which is far more stronger than the American or the Canadian or the British or even the Australian passport. When you put all the bells and whistles, all the hidden features of the Mexican passport together, then this is a lot stronger than any other citizenship. So those are the two best ones which you can apply for citizenship after 5. On the European side, the rock solid citizenship is the Portugal citizenship with only 7 days a year. You can then go ahead and apply for your Portuguese citizenship after 5 years. Here, you're getting an upfront earnings of up to 100k euros. So you're not just tying up your 300k sitting like that. You're actually getting paid on day one, and you're going to get your passport eventually after 5 years. So that is, again, a very solid option for someone who wants to diversify some money. Portugal is the best one for someone who doesn't have that much capital, wants to pick up the low-hanging fruit. Then Mexico is a good option. Something outright by purchase, by donation. The South Africa, you cannot go wrong. In fact, in my opinion, both are equally valuable. Mexico is more valuable in terms of the strong nationality, and South Africa is more valuable in terms of the diversification and protection, legal protection, right? You want to have something really off the beaten path, something that no one gets. No one in the sense the masses, right? The right people get all these options. So those are the three nationalities that are next on the list. Now, out of the CBIs, a lot of people ask me, can I not absolutely not purchase any passport from that stack? Well, only a couple of options are really okay, right? And that's the Malta citizenship, and the second one is the Cambodian citizenship. At this time, I would definitely run away from any Turkey, any Egypt, or any of those 5 paid for passport schemes. And that's just my opinion. This is not immigration advice. This is just what I feel. So those are out. Malta, yes, if you have the money, that may make some sense. And Cambodia, for various use cases, that might be the only good option that you're looking at, right? So Vanuatu, no, in my opinion. Cambodia, yes. The other bang for the buck option over here is the Panama option. The other issue that Saudis face is with the passport. It has this sword, it's the green passport written in Arabic. Now that's pretty cool. It looks cool. But inside Saudi Arabia, once you're stepping outside, especially if you're traveling to any Western countries, you don't want to raise a lot of eyebrows, right? Based on where you're traveling, you've got rid of the theater and you're doing a Western gig. Maybe you're doing a digital nomad visa somewhere. So you want a good nationality, or not good, I would say a diversified nationality. That's where a Saudi, without all the makeup and the clothing, let's say travels as a Mexican, that's going to look pretty subtle. It's going to look pretty neat. So that's one option. Getting the South African passport also makes a lot of sense, not really from a travel perspective, but when the times are bad and you need to be in a place where no one really goes, right, looking for you, that's where I think South Africa makes a lot of sense. And then we are talking legal stuff here. Nothing illegal that you do to run away, but let's say you're legally done something right and there's some issues, you feel that you can fight it out, then South Africa has some real good advantages, right? Some people say it's low, which is good. That works to your benefit in certain circumstances. So when it comes to legal stuff, I think South Africa provides a lot of advantages. A lot of people just think about the financial stuff, right? The investments side of things. But what I also focus on is the legal side of things. It's not just hiring attorneys to get you the residency permit. It's evaluating the legality and the legal challenges associated with some Western countries, or let's say Muslim nations, and then having diversified options crisscross. So you are well protected with all the legal strength that you need, in addition to just the investment and the protection and the diversification. And our job is to make this process seamless, easy, and fastest. So we focus on getting these options as soon as they can be obtained, right? As fast as they can be obtained. And if you are interested in any of these residencies, you know what to do. You can click the link, book a call. We can discuss the best fit option. Maybe it's all options. Some people go for all options. Some people select one options or 2 options. So whatever the case might be, you can always reach us. We can have that quick discussion and get you started with any of the residencies of your choice. If you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to turn on the bell notification and subscribe so you don't miss out on any important updates and programs. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and catch you in the next one.